Hey guys, welcome back to another edition of Xtina's Take. If you noticed or didn't notice, I hadn't posted in a minute. Several things were going on that kind of held me back. Some of it was just lack of consistency on my part. And I'm, got to be consistent. So I'm back, but life happens. And like I said, and this phone ain't been acting right. So that's another reason too. But whatever, we figured it out. And so here we are. I'm back. I guess the most pressing, so much has happened too, like in the last, I guess it's been like a week or two since I last posted. Um, so a lot of things, we probably gonna have a lot to talk about. But the most pressing thing right now, obviously, is power. Um, and yeah, I know I'm late on that. I know it's Wednesday. I get it. But it's the first time I had time to post. So I'm gonna post about or talk about power. Um, I loved it. I've since watched it twice because the first time you get so caught up in what you think is going to happen or trying to figure it out that sometimes you miss things. And so I went back like a day or two later and watched it again and was able to really concentrate on it and see kind of where the storyline was going and the where the characters were going and things like that. So I was able to kind of take it in, I guess, process it a little bit more. Um, I don't think it was ever a question for me if Tariq did it. I think almost from the moment that Ghost got shot to when they named the suspects, I just had a feeling it was going to be Tariq. It was most definitely confirmed for me in Tommy's episode when he looked up and he didn't shoot him and Ghost told him to let it go. Because I'm like, it's only really one person that Tommy wouldn't shoot. You know what I'm saying? So, and it had to be Tariq. I wouldn't even say Tasha so much because he already let her get away with Keisha's murder. So it was like, okay, well, you gonna kill my fiance, the woman I love, and my brother? Like, no, I bet you gonna die. So, for me, it only made sense that it would be Tariq. I know that him and Tommy had their thing, their beef, their differences. I think Tommy, distanced himself, kind of cut him off, especially after he stole from him and things like that. But at the end of the day, he still always watched out for him, um, and even after he did some savage stuff like set him up to get killed. I'm sure Tommy ain't stupid. I guess he figured out. Well, no, he told him. Vincent told him that Tariq told him, so he knew. But um, so that definitely confirmed it to me. For me, at that point, watching the last episode was just trying to see how it was set up, how he did it, and why he did it. So, I know there are a lot of angry people out there still mad at this boy. I don't, but I've also read some posts too. I've always felt, and I made a video about this a while ago, and where I was defending Tariq. Like, I've always not hated him. I always kind of saw how he could feel that way towards his father. I mean, he did some real damage to the boy, and obviously Kanan did more damage to the boy. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, he, okay, everybody's like, well, he lived in, he had a wealthy lifestyle and he had everything given to him and he never have to worry about nothing. I saw something. Worried about nothing. But I mean, okay, that's just circumstances. You know what I'm saying? That's just yeah, this is circumstances of how he grew up. But that doesn't take away a person's hurt. It doesn't make what he was going through any less hurtful. It was damaging. You know what I'm saying? Whether you rich, poor, if it happens to any of us, that will hurt. And especially at the age that it happened at. This is something that was built up from season one. From season one, this was built up to have this thing with him and Ghost. You know what I'm saying? So if you look back on it, it was really set up that way. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, the man left his family for his old high school bitch with little to no explanation to his children. I mean, and then expect them to accept it, expect them to accept her. And it's just, it is what it is, son. I mean, that's just basically how he went about doing it without any kind of explanation or regard for their feelings. I mean, he said he gets it, he understood, but he was dismissive of it at the same time. It's okay, yeah, I get that you're hurt, but, this is just the way things are now. Ghost being selfish, not thinking about how his actions are affecting other people. You know what I'm saying? So you have that. Then you find out your daddy and your mother are not who you thought they were. You grew up this whole thinking they were one thing, and you grew up kind of like they're grimy drug dealers. You know what I'm saying? Your father's on trial and they're very publicized because he made himself public. So now he's a public figure, and paparazzi following. I mean, like, and he's what, 12, 13 at the time? I mean, come on. I mean, that it's an impressionable age to go through all of that kind of all at one time. It's going to twist you. It's going to make you question things. It's going to make you not trust your parents. You know what I'm saying? He lost trust when he left the family. And then you're gonna lose trust again when he find out who you really are. I mean, what did you all expect? You know what I'm saying? Now, okay, yeah, y'all probably thinking, well, that still ain't enough to kill your parent, but you can get the motive. I think one of the things, and I do watch Power Confidential. I think one of the things that Courtney said that resonated the most with me is that it had to be either Tasha or Ghost, because those were the ones that he hurt the most. Out of everybody, it will only make sense to be one of them. You know what I'm saying? Because the emotional impact wouldn't have been the same. I knew damn well Sax didn't do it, Paz didn't do it. What's her name? The detective, Blanca, she didn't do it. I knew that. You know what I'm saying? I knew Tate didn't do it. You know, because I mean, yeah, they all had motive. Definitely had motive, but the emotional impact wouldn't have been there. So I had, I mean, if you're gonna end this series, you got to end it with a bang to the heart, like, whew, you know what I'm saying? So it had to be either one. And for me, it made most sense and most of a impactful blow what to be Tariq. I mean, a son killed his dad, you know. And he even said it, which was for me one of the most meaningful things that he said to Ghost was, I wish we can go back when before you left us for Angela. Like, that's where it started for him. And I thought it was so poetic, because you think about it, that happened in what, season one? So all of that has built up to this moment. And I think Courtney always planned it that way. And I think that was kind of genius. You know what I'm saying? It really all built up to that moment. And it was a slow build. And you could really see, you know. And I have to give it to Michael Rainey. He's an excellent actor. It's my favorite scenes was when he saw time after Tasha, you know, he's telling Tasha what to do. Um, he sees Tasha's, I hope that ain't showing up on my screen. Sorry, y'all. But and he sees Tommy, and that's when he realized that Ghost saved him when Ghost said let it go, and then he kind of, you know, grabbed Tommy's hand and you know, held his hand like, don't shoot him, you know what I'm saying? And it was in that moment he realized, like, oh hell, I did something I can't take back. Oh no, like, this is for real, for real. Like, this is what I just did. And as much as I hated him, as selfish as I thought he was, he still spared me. He still spared me. And that anguish and that confusion, it just, I loved it. And then when he went back to change his clothes and do what his mom and dad taught him to do, and he was just confused in that, and just really can't wrap his mind around what he did. I just think it was like that really set it in for me. Like, okay, it just wasn't gonna be like a cold-blooded kill. Like, the boy's gonna go through something. It's obviously gonna have an impact on him. um One of my other favorite scenes between them two is when he said, Dad, you never saw, you still can't see me, I'm just like you, I'm you. And I think that was so, everybody had this thing about Ghost being killed. Oh, he's the main character. How can you kill the main character? He is power. And it's never, yeah, it's centered around him and his storytelling. It did. But at the same time, I think the bigger picture of what the show was about wasn't just his power. It was about power, period. How it corrupts you, how it changes you, how it makes you lose everything, how it, you know, can make you air. Like, it was about that. And if you look at the series, power was never always with Ghost. You know what I'm saying? Power shifted all throughout the series. So, you know, it was times that Ghost didn't have power, other people did. You know what I'm saying? It was all about that shift in power. How do you get it back, and how do you lose it? And he lost it. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't mad that Ghost got shot, because one, like I said, I've never really been team Ghost. I appreciate him as a main character. I mean, don't get me wrong, he is, you know, he definitely made the show. But in terms of me being like rah Ghost, I've always felt like he was selfish. I've always felt like he was selfish. So, and I don't know. So I wasn't that mad when he got shot. I was shocked, and it was like, main character, you didn't see, but I was never mad that he got shot. And if you think about it, he's done a lot of damn dirt. I mean, I know people want to say, oh, at the end he really saved everybody except for maybe Tasha. But at the end he really did save everybody. But look at how he had to do it. I didn't like how he had to do it. He had to hurt them to save them. You know what I'm saying? Like, he hurt everybody, and he cut them deep. You know what I'm saying? So and that was just in what we saw. And you can't get to be the biggest, as they say, the biggest goddamn drug dealer in New York City and do it in the way that he's did it. He's done a lot of dirt. Yeah, it's gonna catch up to him. So no, I mean, to me that's more realistic than having him live. I mean, yeah, obviously as fans we're like, yeah, he's so cunning, he's so calculated, he make moves, you can't mess with Ghost, you can't get on Ghost level. And had he walked away from this, of course we'd had that moment. But realistically, that's just realistic. You can't do that much dirt. I mean, he was cutthroat from the beginning. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he was cutthroat. This is who he is. He done a lot of dirt from the very beginning. He killed Breeze. Again, somebody that he loved, somebody that he considered a brother, somebody that, he came up in the game with. He killed him, got him out his way. He set up Kanan. And that was his brother. That's who taught him the game. That's who brought him in the game. You know what I'm saying? That was his brother too. He loved Kanan too, but he ain't hesitate to send his ass to jail. I mean, so he's always been that person. So to start off doing that much dirt and being that ruthless to get to where you're at, you're gonna have to pay the piper at some point. And he paid the piper, honey. He died. I mean, I wasn't that mad about it. So, with that being said, with it being about the shifting in power, it would seem like poetic and only right that it would go to Tariq. And honestly, I know I'm about to make some people real mad with this. I know I am, but I'm going to say it anyway because it's how I feel. I really think Tariq is going to be a better Ghost than Ghost. I really do. I really do. I think it was set up that way. You know what I'm saying? It was really set up that way. So, especially now that they got the other, books coming out. So it was set up that way. He's going to be a better Ghost than Ghost. I mean, think about it. He's already ruthless. He's killed two people, one of them being his damn parent. You know what I'm saying? He calculated to sell drugs in high school. He was ruthless enough and savage enough to set Tommy up. You know what I'm saying? So he has that in him. It's in him. It's already there. And you can, people say, well, he ain't from the streets. He ain't come up in the streets. He ain't got that street smart. Yeah, but he has that ruthlessness and he's book smart and intelligent. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes you may not have the streets. Maybe it wasn't set up for him to run the streets. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But I'm interested to see where this is going. I'm glad they're going to continue the story. I'm one of the few people who's actually glad they're going to continue the story. Now, whether or not I like it, it's a different story. I'm going to give it 2 or 3 episodes. If it grips me in the same way that Power gripped me, then I'm all in. If not, then I'm going to have to let it go. I have hope though, because I hear Courtney is actually part of this one. I don't know if she's going to be the showrunner for this one like she was for Power, but I know her hand is in it. She's involved in some way. So I think that gives me a little bit of hope that it might come out okay. So anyway, but yeah, I loved it. I thought it was extremely poetic. I thought it was poetic justice, if you want to call it. It was just it had a lot of facets. I think the one thing I was surprised about was Tasha going into prison. Now that I wasn't expecting. That was the surprise for me. I was like, really, y'all gonna let Tasha go down? Like, for real, this girl been through enough. I mean, it's a lot of shit here, Tasha's done that I don't like, but I mean, at the end of the day, she was a real one, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, she protected her boy. So, but I think she's in this other one too. So, we get to see her story continue. So, I'm kind of excited about seeing that. But yeah, that was one thing, like, damn, out of all that. But you know what? Tasha did it to herself to a certain degree. She's always getting involved where she shouldn't be getting involved and thinking that she got outsmart, and then she goes into panic and planning, and she was sloppy because I'm like, why set your dude up? You know what I'm saying? Like, I get that, okay, Andre's dead, but maybe that was, for me, I didn't understand how Andre being dead still, y'all couldn't still pin it on him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, hell, if anything, that would be good. He's dead. He can't contradict what y'all saying. He can't set y'all up for anything else. He can't, you know what I'm saying? To me, that would have been he dead. It's still pinned on him. It's still his, I think it was his gun. There might have been something I missed, but it's still his gun. It was still the motive. I mean, hell. So I don't understand why she panicked and try to set her boy up, like, and that was a twist I didn't see coming. Oh, boy went to the store like, nah, bitch, like, I'm from the hood too, you up to something. So I appreciate that little twist in there, you know what I'm saying? So but yeah, it was a great episode. I think what threw me was some of what people will call the inconsistencies of some of the scenes have been changed and the wording wasn't exactly the same. I think one thing that bothered me was um when Tommy came to see Tasha, and in the first one, she was standing up, she turned her back to him, told him take care, yes, or at least it's you, you know what I'm saying? I thought that was beautifully played. And then you see her over by the living room and she's kneeling down, and to me, I was like, really, they gonna check? But then I get it. It was told from everybody's perspective, so everybody's perspective is different. Like I said, I think I said before. You have three people in a room, and you could say one thing, and those three people are going to interpret it three different ways. You know what I'm saying? Just it's all how you perceive it, and that. So, but that to me was just such a huge. It was like really, but whatever. So, but yeah, that's my take on Power. I enjoyed it. Is I can't say I've been there since season one. I came in on season 6, but like I said, I binge watched it, so I have seen every single episode of Power, and it's been a joy. Definitely a pleasant surprise for me because, like I said, I really don't watch that many scripted shows. So for me to be this involved in a scripted show, I haven't been this involved in a scripted show in a very long time. So definitely, it was a good run. One of the best shows I've ever followed. So the writing was just tremendous. It even to the end, even for y'all who didn't like the writing, I did. I give Courtney credit for being adventurous in her storytelling and taking that risk and still having her explain it and it really still all tied in together and made a lot of sense. It was just told in a different way. So and for someone like me who I've loved reading, I love storytelling, whether it be on TV or in a book or whatever, or a movie. I just love the art of storytelling. So I like seeing it done in different ways that really make you think and really make you pause. And I think that's what she was able to accomplish. Look how much debate's going on. You know what I'm saying? So she was able to accomplish something, whether you like it or hate it. She's making you talk about it. She's making you think about it. All these plot twists, all these theories, all these conspiracy theories going around, you know what I'm saying? She's making you think, you know what I'm saying? And I think that's what it's supposed to do. Whether you're right or wrong, that's what storytelling, good storytelling, is supposed to do. It's supposed to make you think and provoke. So, and that's what she did. So, anyway, love you, Power. Mwah. Like I said, I'll try to watch the other books that's coming out. I'm also excited about. Sorry, I had to get comfortable. Tommy's book. I don't know if I'm gonna watch Tate's, or I'm definitely gonna watch book 2. And I don't think the only other one, if they actually develop it, would be Tommy's, because I just love me some Tommy, and I'd be interested to see what he does in California, especially after he just lost everything. I want to see how he rebounds from that, how it's changed him. You know what I'm saying? So, um, what else has been going on? Obviously, Kobe still on our minds. Gianna still in our hearts. It's still heavy for us. Like, it's just, oh, still haven't been able to become really numb to it yet. I think that's, as a collective, it's immense, and it's just, oh, everybody's talking about the whole Gayle King thing. And I'm giving my opinion on it too. Obviously, I think I feel the way the rest of the collective feels. I understand she has a job to do, but at the same time, I just didn't see the point in that question. It's like I could see if he was convicted of it, then it, unfortunately, it would have been part of his. I'm not gonna say legacy, but part of his story, and I could see how that could be brought up. But even then, I still wouldn't have brought it up. Like right before, the man ain't even been buried. Well, he's since been buried. I did see on TMZ that she did have a private memorial for him, a private service for him, which I think is wonderful. She definitely, Vanessa, needs those private moments where she can just openly grieve and not have to worry about the world watching her and scrutinizing, and she definitely needs that private moment to say bye to her husband and her baby. So I'll just rest in peace and sending continued prayers to her, because I myself don't see how she can put one foot in front of the other right now. But I mean, I know she has to. She has 3 other children that she has to raise, so I get that part. But just trying to imagine the pain that she is just unimaginable. So just continued strength, continued healing, and perseverance, and just know that the world loves you, and I hope that she's able to really kind of receive that. So but back to Gayle King. So like I said, I could see if it was an actual conviction, but being that it wasn't, being that the case was dismissed, being that it was found that the girl had lied, or the DNA that she basically had more than one specimen on her panties. You know what I'm saying? Okay, yeah, he paid her. Whatever. He admitted to cheating on his wife. He admitted that maybe that he saw it as consensual, which I thought was really. I know people kind of was like, well, that wasn't really an apology. Back then, that's what was being said. But looking back now, I'm like, no, I think it was great for him, especially in his Me Too thing. He acknowledged it. He didn't acknowledge that he did anything in his mind. It was consensual. He's acknowledging that she may not have seen it that way, and he apologized to her for that. So, and my thing is, like, in all these years, what happened 20 some years ago, almost 20 some years ago, and all that time, ain't nobody ever brought this up again. Nobody, you've never really heard about it. It just kind of went away. And now all of a sudden, 20 some years later, or however long it's been, and the man has died. He's since changed. I can see if you heard about, you never heard about him with any other woman after that. It was all about Vanessa. Now, whether he did his dirt or not, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? He never let it come out. If he did, I don't honestly believe he didn't. I think he learned his lesson. You know what I'm saying? I think he became a devoted husband. I think he became a devoted father. He became more present, more aware, because he was almost about to lose them. You know what I'm saying? So he moved on. He became a better person. Yeah. Why? Why? Like, what was sensationalism? To get ratings, but I mean, but at the expense of his family, who's already gone through such a devastating loss, and you would want to bring it right. Why add to that? If even okay, so what if it was a story? Think about his wife and his three remaining children and the rest of his family. Like, if you want, just that alone should have stopped you from doing that. Like, that was such a oh Lord. And now she's not doing well. Well, and now she's trying to blame the network CBS, saying that they put together that clip and that was the only thing they shown, and it was a broader interview. And at the end of the day, bitch, you still asked the question. It was a question that should never have made it. It was a question. And then what kills me is that not only did you ask the question and just let Lisa Leslie answer it and just leave it alone at that, you want to follow up the question with, but he's your friend, so of course you wouldn't see it. Like, you were trying to bait or trying to insinuate, like, you were really digging in that point, and I don't get that. I don't get that. Like, why? What was the child? Whatever. I ain't never been a fan of Gayle anyway, and I hate to say it. I know I'm probably gonna get a backlash for this too. I ain't never been a huge fan of Oprah either. I mean, Oprah's Oprah. I admire her hustle. I definitely admire what she's done in her life. You can't take that from that woman, to come from from the gutter to where she's at now, to come from nothing to what she's made of herself. I would never take that from her. I will always admire her for that. But in terms of just who she is, like, I can take her or leave her, basically. I've never been on Oprah's ass like that. Is Oprah's Oprah. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just so this for me, I'm like, shit. That's all I can say. You can't even really say nothing. I think Snoop said it best, although, people saying he was being disrespectful. But I ain't going to repeat what he said, but y'all know what he said. I think, yeah, Snoop, I'm with you on that one. So, anyway, Housewives. I haven't talked about them in a while because to me the season hasn't really been all that worthy to really talk about. And honestly, I haven't even seen the last episode in its entirety. But I keep hearing about this thing with Kenya and the Cookie Lady and Bailey and Cynthia, and they set Tanya up, and I just actually I haven't purposely really been wanting to see, because I know it's gonna piss me off. You know what I'm saying? Because one, I can't stand Kenya. I've never liked her from the moment she came on the show. She's just a nasty, nasty woman. She's just, something's lacking in her soul. Like, it really is. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we can go to the whole mama issue thing. Everybody got mama issue. Not everybody, but a few of us have mama issues. A lot of people have been abandoned. A lot of people have been given up for adoptions. They don't act the way that she do. So y'all can't keep saying, oh, well, it's the abandonment thing with her mom. Okay, yeah, it cut deep. I'm not debating that. Yeah, it hurts. But, like, the woman damn near 50-some years old, 60-some years old, she need to stop. Like, come on now. At some point, you got to be willing enough to own up to the shit that you do. I learned this in my early 30s. I can't keep blaming mama for my issues. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Okay, she may be the reason I have them, but at a certain point, I got to come out of there and be like, it is what it is. It happened. Ain't nothing I can do about it. but try to be the best person that I can be. You know what I'm saying? If she thinks that's the best person that she can be, honey, there's something very twisted in her way of thinking, but we already know that, don't we? So I don't understand how these ladies are not reading this woman for fit. Like Marlo, I'm not a huge fan of Marlo either, but she would get in Kenya's ass. See, Kenya's that type of bitch. Let me put it like this, because a lot of people got on Marlo about the things she said about her mother. Here's the thing. Kenya's that type of bitch that you have to cut to the quick. She's the one that you have to like cut to the bone, to the soul, to get her off you. You know what I'm saying? Because if she see that she can needle you and that she feel like she could run you in some way or run over you, she's going to do it. And she's going to do it just because she gets a kick out of doing it, because it makes her feel better or powerful in some way. You know what I'm saying? She's that one that you gotta kick, that you really gotta cut deep, because ever since Marlo did that stuff at the campsite and said that she ain't really fuck with Marlo too tough. I mean, they'll have the little squabbles or whatever, but she ain't never really went in. Like, more than anything, she walks away from Marlo. You know what I'm saying? So she know who to do it with. You know what I'm saying? I ain't the one she could have did it. I wish I was at that table so damn bad, because there's nobody want. I heard Tanya handled it classily, you know what I'm saying? But my thing is, you come for me that deep, bitch, and you dirty enough to bring the woman to the table, like, big girl, no, savage, pure, unadulterated savage is what it came out of me. Like, your whole, that's why I said your whole soul would have been crushed, honey. I would have crushed your soul. Don't, I'm not that one. I'm not. God bless you, Tanya. You're a better woman than me, because I couldn't have did it. I couldn't have did it. And why Tanya? Like, but that's why, because it's Tanya, because she knows that Tanya, however you pronounce it, is not going to read her like that. She's not built like that. So yeah, she's going to go after what she thinks is the weakest link. So it's unfortunate, but like I said, honey, I need to be a housewife. I ain't in Atlanta, and I ain't rich, but I ain't even gotta be a housewife. Just let me sit at the Andy. Just let me sit at the table with her. I ain't even, just let me, just one time, let me come to one of y'all dinners. I ain't gotta travel with y'all. Y'all ain't gotta show me. You ain't got nothing to show no way. But just let me come to one of y'all dinners, honey, where she trying to be shady. Just please, 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 honey. I'll be a housewife then by the time I'm done with her. I'll tell you that. Oh Lord, I just don't like people like that. Just jealous, nasty, just evil, just something very twisted in her way of thinking. And she's like actually proud of this behavior, like, and she just doing to attention seeking, like, you know what I'm saying? And all honesty, I feel bad for this baby, because she got to grow up in that. I ain't saying she don't love her daughter. I'm sure she does. You know, like we all love our children, but and this is what you're proud to show your child, like. Anyway, so anyway, I think I've talked long enough. I gave my take on several things, and I'm going to give you my random thought, which is YouTube. Look, y'all be playing me on these pictures. I know I ain't fancy. I ain't got no intro, so part of this is my fault. But, you know, eventually, hopefully, if this takes off, we'll get there. Right now, I'm working with what I got, so I ain't got an intro or nothing like that. But when I scroll through and see some of the pictures that y'all put up, I be looking straight like, y'all be playing a sister. Y'all be playing. Y'all pick like the ugliest, most craziest looking frame and put that as what people are gonna see when they. Y'all gotta do better. Like, can y'all do a sister better than that, please? Cause this is crazy. But and look, it is what it is. I look what I look like. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. No, but still, I just was like, for real, this how y'all gonna play me? But whatever. Anyway, y'all like this? Comment. Let's talk as always. Let me know what y'all thought about the power episode. You know, whether you liked it, didn't like it, don't matter. We can talk, we can debate. You know, I love a good old debate. So, what y'all think about the housewives? Like I said, so far it's just been for me. As much as I say this, I know Nene went a season without being on the Housewives, and it seemed to trug along and be okay. But for some reason, it's just like she's there and not there. It's just kind of like either have her on there or don't. Like, I don't know, but whatever. So, but like I said, let's talk. We could talk about the whole Gayle thing, anything. If y'all, as always, want to hear me talk about something, a particular subject, you know, I can only be aware of so much. Y'all want to hear my take on something? Drop it in the comments. Suggest it. You know what I'm saying? I'm opinionated. I pretty much have a take on pretty much anything. So, but like hit that like button, subscribe button. You want to keep seeing more videos. You want to keep hearing me run my mouth. And what I say, like, subscribe, and of course, comment. All right. Until next time, let's talk.